foundations. If you could take the time somewhere around this video, publicly, you can sign up to our Kingdom AI newsletters. Today, we're going to go over the working session. I don't know, it's called cohort or group sessions of chapter 4, 5, 6, where we learn how to provide context, break down the desired output in a series of steps, and ask ChatGPT advice on how to prompt it better. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go into breakout rooms as we do this here, the different breakout rooms for the coaches. Let me do a recap of what we did. Let me see. I'm hopefully not that one. Okay, so here we go. ChatGPT. Let me see if we covered this yesterday. Drum roll. All right. So yesterday I just went simple here. How did I demonstrate? Here's a providing context. So what I did here was the simple one was suggest dinner recipe. So zero context whatsoever. And when you do that, you're like very, very generic kind of answer, like what I said, jack of all trades instead of master of one. But when you start saying, all of a sudden, when you start saying, as a vegetarian who loves Italian cuisine, suggest a creative dinner for a family get-together, now you're getting it context, and now it's way better. But as you can see, this is just the menu. So now you start saying creative dinner menu, and now you're getting a dinner menu and recipe, so a menu and recipe. And then what I said was, instead of break it down to series of steps, you want a dinner appetizer menu, you want a dinner appetizer main course, and then you can even ask how to prompt it better. This is what I like. This is very, very powerful, right? And actually, here, this prompt, can you help me create a better prompt to ask you? And then, wow, this is amazing. One of the things I like here is you can request for time-saving tips for a make-ahead component. So something you might have missed, let me put this in the chat, and I'll also put this in the QR code. Let me put this actually in the Facebook group. So here's the QR code for 3 seconds, 1001, 1002, 1003. You can pause and get that. And I'll also put this in the Facebook, guys. And then once you're done this exercise, I would like you to please put your prompt, share your prompt responses. Today's 3/7/24 homework, and then post your results similar to this as we break out into groups, as we're refining, learning how to provide context, breaking out to series of steps and asking ChatGPT to improve it. It'll get better and better. Okay, so we'll break out into breakout rooms. Let me see here. 1, 2, 3. Exactly. Is John's not here? We don't have John. Okay, so we'll go to and there you go. So, all right, all the rooms are open. You can join your rooms, and then we'll get going. Okay. So, and then I'll bring some people here in the main room as we record. All right, coaches, go ahead, coaches. Bring in. I'll bring in Johnson, and I think Misty's already. You can stay here, Misty, as well. Or we'll get, yeah. Okay, so yeah. And Misty. All right, so Misty, you already stay here. All right, Misty, Johnson, let me know if you have any questions in terms of these prompts. And Adria, let me know, Adria, if you have any questions in regards to these exercises. All right, Johnson, how's it going?
Yeah, I came with something today. I wanted to ask you a question.
There you go. Let's
My,
go.
my thing is the AI, and I'm looking at 3 ways to how to focus it. One is on AI, something where I came across really interesting is on food safety. They're using food safety now to for for sustainability, and you know so you don't have to waste food because a third of our food that we use we're actually going to waste.
Oh, wow.
So you actually using cameras and artificial intelligence in order to reduce waste. But
Hmm.
there is for the hotels, there is for institutions, but there isn't anything for something for your home or an app for a home. I was looking at that, and there's also artificial intelligence. You can write books.
Come on.
Look into maybe I remember once I wrote out something like a despotic story on what maybe like a Mad Max theme would be, right? And I would say maybe if I focus on news or opportunities, say like in the continent or in the Caribbean. So just didn't know which one would be seem to be a little bit more wider and more lucrative
Yeah. So
out of those three.
that's the mistake. That's the
Huh?
mistake, which is wider and lucrative is not the approach. The
Okay.
approach, I would go with the approach of because we're number one, it doesn't matter if it's lucrative. So when that happens, I find like this is where I mean after studying.
Or interest.
Correct, correct. So
Yeah.
it's literally you, Johnson. What are your top? I would go with this angle. What are your top three victories? Like if I was to get to know Johnson, what is your biggest stories? What is your biggest origin story? Something you've overcome. Like if I was to ask you, hey Johnson, what are your top three accomplishments or your top three hobbies or your top three passions? I would go with that approach.
Okay. Because
Right,
I'm
because
in the hospitality industry now, the
okay.
food delivery. So I mean,
And
this
how long have you been doing that?
about like 25 years. So
Yeah, so when you make that statement, you're like, oh man, and you make a funny statements, it's so long. There's a reason why you're there. I mean, hospitality, that's amazing. I mean, what were you doing? What were your roles, if you can describe
oh, banquet service, the hotels.
the hotels? So right
Uh,
there, so number
food service.
one, I mean, with that kind of experience, 25 years under your belt, you know that industry very, very well. For me, I mean, what I've learned, especially with my mentor Pedro Deo, is you're here to provide solutions. What now? Let's go deeper. What is your top? What are the top three pain points in the hospitality hotel industry? From what you've seen, like this is like or like a big gap, a big like issue, right? So for instance, let's go with the baby boomers and they have no money. Like they think the IRA's 401ks and retirement is enough is it with 1 million. No, this is the biggest lie. They say it's a 5% increase or positive, but it's an average. They're not telling you about the hidden fees. So right now they need to make much more, and then you're disrupting that. So in this case, whether using cryptos or AIs, you're there to disrupt that, right? So, and then in this case, um, different industries, right? So let's say in the alcohol industry, the alcoholics, Alcoholics Anonymous is not working. You got a framework that works better, right? So let's say in the health industry, you got a nice diet, you got a nice method, but the whole idea is here's a good one: Airbnb and Uber. Let's go with Uber. A lot of people have cars that are worthless. They're just doing nothing, right?
Yeah.
So what did Uber do? They're like, hey, there's people who need a ride, and there's a bunch of cars that's just on the driveway. Bam, Uber multi-billion. So same thing with the Airbnb. People have extra rooms, extra houses, extra cottages doing absolutely nothing. Hey, there's a people who's doing absolutely nothing with their rooms. Let's create a solution for that. Like I actually have a third one that I just saw, which is really cool. Video gamers who has video games machines that doing absolutely nothing when they're sleeping or after they play games. The AI industry is going to take that. So, hey, you can actually rent your gaming machine and then we'll pay you to run some ChatGPT prompts behind the scenes. So, in your case, in the hospitality, I'm not there, but then I've been to the hotel. What is it? Is it the service? Is it how do you know if there's bed bugs in your bed? Or how do you know if this
Yeah.
house really room didn't get cleaned? How do I know if am I getting the real rating or am I getting the right pricing? So what you're passionate about, Johnson, and then use the tools AI to say, you know what, I'm going to solve that problem. And when you solve that problem, don't go that you're going to solve like a big problem. Start with the small problems and make it increment because you've been in the industry for 25 years. So what am I doing? I'm solving two problems right now. I'm solving American baby boomers need help in cryptos. I was raised for such a time as this because for 15 years I was helping Gen X and baby boomers learn new systems. And then in the AI field, I'm like, no one knows how to use AI. So I'm like, oh, I've been learning this for the last 15 years. So what is the solution I'm providing? I'm going to help you learn how to use artificial intelligence to use it for your advantages, right? Does that help, Johnson, a little bit?
Yeah. Well, in hospitality, there's a couple I came across that actually lived in resorts as opposed to say like having one stationary home here in the United States. They'll probably go to Southeast Asia and they live out their particular time within these particular properties, which is I thought was interesting for a baby boomer or somebody who's retired. But yeah, it's still a challenge. I'm still working on it.
Yeah.
Well,
And then that's why I would go, let's go with ChatGPT. You want to go specifically in hotels?
no, I'll say hospitality.
I mean, I would just type in hospitality. If anything, I could even use ChatGPT already. So like right there, hospitality, right there. This is you can probably take top one here, right? Just calling your GPT hospitality. But let's say, I mean, I would go with ChatGPT and I would say take on persona of a hospitality expert. What are the top 12 pain points or problems that needs solutions in this industry, right? So all I said was take on persona of hospitality expert. What are the top 12 pain points or problems that need solutions in this industry? Here we go. Okay, top 12 labor shortages and staff retention.
Oh,
Did you experience that?
yeah, yeah.
Right? If you can figure this out, that's a multi-million, multi-billion using ChatGPT, right? Managing online reputation, right? You can do like, okay, ChatGPT will search out and figure out how like real open source on real reputation where it's customer driven, no bots, no nothing. A third one, this is huge. Look at this. You could be an AI expert. They say, hey, I know AI.
Oh,
Let me show you what it can do for you for bookings, operations, even custom service, right? As we're getting into chatbots, as we're getting into robots, I believe AI robot customer service is better than no customer service, right? And I think it's going to be even way better because they have no emotions.
yeah.
Sustainability practice. Like if you want this, if you're like, oh my gosh, you're wasting so much food, you're wasting so much boxes, you're wasting so
Mm.
much like, I mean, silly one, but like let's say the poop and the peep, poo and pee, that can be turned into energy. Like you can, God can give you a solution for, oh my gosh, the poop and the peep of all the in the hotels nonstop can literally can really provide energy for the hotel plus more, right? Something like that. But here's a starting point. Um, and then if you don't like this, you just generate more and more. And it's something that resonates with you, with Holy Spirit. And then don't go like big on this, but then now create a GPT for it and then start, oh wow, right? Because this is it. This tool is like this is it. Like, and this is what's crazy, Johnson. You don't have to do the work. You can, I keep saying this to people. My youth pastor told me this. You can generate funding just by your idea. You're like, I have this greatest idea, sustainability practice or technology changes or managing honor reputation. I don't have the money, but here's the idea. ChatGPT help me create a business plan or help me create a GPT, present it to some investors. How do I present to investors? Ask ChatGPT. Bam, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million seeding type of situation, right? So this is where ChatGPT really shines,
Okay, okay. So do it that way. All right, excellent.
right? And
Because
then that, sorry, go ahead.
well, yeah, what I learned about is how you prompt it and
Yep.
using those prompt effectively.
Correct. Correct. And
Really,
that's why I can just think of this really fast because I said always this. This is the secret ingredients. After doing this since March, it's all about taking that persona and asking the right questions, right? This is what you wanted, right? You're trying to figure
right.
out right? Versus don't go lucrative, don't go, it's open. Remember, when I say seven micro niche, you're the only one doing this, right? Like if you look at like right now, my kids and I are looking at Lego, like Lego. That was gonna go, it was going to tank. It was going to tank. This is crazy. 2012. My son was born 2014, and he's like a master Lego builder. And what they did is the joint ventures to keep it going. But when that family created these toys, like what are they solving? They're solving the problem of toys for kids, right? And then what I'm trying to say is all these things that are popping up, what is these solutions? It's all the like I always say this, I learned this from Myron Golden. Three ways to make true wealth is the two ways is not trading your time for money, not becoming a boss or a manager, it's by your voice, either singing, acting, consulting, or by your ideas. Elon Musk, let's do SpaceX, let's do Tesla robots. And you don't have to have the money. People think you have to have the money. Let's create an app that it's all about the idea, and ChatGPT can help you accomplish each of those goals, even if you have no software engineering background whatsoever.
Right. Yeah.
And this is dangerous because when I say dangerous in a good way, where Johnson, you could be a top CEO to a new app in the hospitality service, and all because you had ChatGPT. I'm stuck here. ChatGPT can help you break each roadblock that comes along your way with the right prompt, right?
Right. With the right prompt. Exactly.
And that's why I was saying it was wrong to go for lucrative and open area, because if it's in your passion, you're not going after the money. You're going, this is you. This is the way God created you, and you're providing the solutions out. And as the solutions come out, you're passionate. You're like, I don't care if I get money or not. Obviously, you want the money, but the money will come automatically when that's why I realized this when the Lord said, "Hey, Erwin, you're going to be a multimillionaire." When and you're gonna be retired when I got in the crypto wealth. And I was like, yay, I'm gonna have less hours of work. I was already doing 40, 50 hours, 60 hours. When I got the $4.56 million and I was helping everywhere, I was doing 60 to 90 hours per week. It's like the NBA players, and the hours didn't matter because for me, the time is so compressed when you're in your call, it doesn't even matter. That's why when you see these CEOs, when you see Mark Zuckerberg doing Facebook, when you see Jeff Bezos doing Amazon, when you see the Apple guy, it's their dream. It's like this doesn't matter. Having so much fun. Oh, problem, no problem, and it's like, and you're just gonna breeze through it. That's the approach you should make versus, oh, this is not lucrative. It's not. No, it's like whether you're an inventor, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're providing that solution, Johnson, it's gonna take off because you're like, oh, this is amazing, and then you're like, this is amazing, and you're just growing, and then it'll be like, that's the approach I would take, and that's what you
Labor of love. Yeah. Labor of love.
correct. And that's why when you do it for money and all this, it's gonna bound to fail, right? There's only so much where you feel burnt out. You're like, what is this? But when you know it's a calling, when you know it's an assignment, then you're like, whoop, you can say no, you can pace yourself, and you can celebrate your wins along every step when you get that, right? So for instance, there's another person in my 100X, his vision was to create once the only one wallet. It's not this one. I think it's made out of leather because there's a leather you can make of a wallet that it's indestructible. So that was his passion. He just created this wallet, and it's like lifetime guarantee. And that's it. And then it wasn't for money. It wasn't because it's lucrative. That's his passion. God, it was actually a God idea, right? So when God gives you a God idea, I felt like He's giving you already a God idea, Johnson. And sometimes it's like a quick little thing. Everybody in this call, when you get that God idea, and you're like, what? And it's so big, then you really know it's a God idea, but then you start small. How do I do this? You create a prototype, you do your research, you use ChatGPT, and then you're like, wow, then it starts shaping up and shaping up. Does this help,
Right.
Johnson?
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
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 I hope, and that's why I said I want to flash these screens again. I apologize. My wallet dropped, my pocket. So that's why in the screen, let me show it to you guys here. I should really title this. um, okay, there it is. Okay, yes. So that's why I always share this graphic. A lot of people think it's linear, right? They're like, yes, $100 per month, $1,000 per month, $10,000 per month. Yes, 100. subscribers, email list. They don't realize it goes like this. It's exponential. You gotta find your voice, you gotta find your who and your what. I believe ChatGPT can collapse that time, but don't expect this. Expect a slow start as you find your voice, as you find your idea, as you stick to it. I thought people just pick one. You had numerous ones. Just pick one with Holy Spirit, stick to it for 7 weeks, and then you're like, then you'll know if it's really the one or not, right? But when
Oh,
you really, really find that, and then things start snowballing, you're like, wow, boom, 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 right? That GPT, that product, that coaching program, that whatever it is, you start seeing it snowballing. But a lot of the body of Christ, they stop right here, not realizing they're still trying to find their voice, they're still refining their gift, they're still the Lord is still preparing them, right, for the next promotion, right? So that's what I'm experiencing with Minus. Minus would go whoop and then prepare for the next one, whoop, next album. But people want whoop, not realizing when that comes, not all that responsibility on you, that you're not supposed to have yet. They don't. You have to value the process more than the promotion. Yeah.
right.
And
Yeah,
then you have that because you have the 25 years. The Lord has been preparing you for 25 years. He's giving to you, He's shown to you, hey, Johnson, what are you going to do about this? Hey, Johnson, what are you going to do about this? I don't know.
right.
What do you think? And then you're like, maybe I'll do this because that's where the ideas come from. That's where they like, oh, KFC, like the chicken when it was because they needed to cook something really fast. Now it's the worst time to have that. Now it's all about sustainable, healthy foods. But like in the hospitality, I encourage you go there again, walk there and just actually, I think you're still there, right? You're still working or retired or
Oh yeah, I'm still working. Still
yeah,
working.
yeah. And then just ask Holy Spirit, what's going on here? Because I mean, I keep telling this to people who has so many experience. I'm gonna close off all the rooms. Who has so much experience in whatever they're doing. They don't realize people are willing to pay you 1,000, 3,000, 5,000, $10,000 a year for your expertise to collapse the time for them. Where I want your 25 years experience, Johnson. If I was so passionate in hospitality industry, Johnson, I would pay you 1K, 3K, 5K, 10K, depending on how much access and how fast I want your experience. People don't realize that. And I've just proven that with the cryptos and the AI, with my 14 years plus experience in these two areas,
Yeah,
people are willing to collapse the time to learn. They don't have 15 years to learn all this. I'm going to show you how to do this in 1 year or less. And the quicker you can give it to them, right? So for instance, flight attendants, if you've done this for 25 years, or pilots or army men or survivalists, or in your case, hospitality, right? I want to succeed in that one. I'm willing to be mentored under Johnson. And there you go. I'll pay you $1,000 a year. You get a bunch of 100 students. That's $100,000. You ascend them. They're willing to pay you 3,000 for now
yeah,
more access. Does that make sense, Johnson? Right?
yeah. Where I could tell you where and how to set one a hotel up.
There you go. And
You can build a study
your
yourself.
audience online, Johnson, is globally around the world. Now you just given them a way to make money, to get promoted, to get positions, and then you benefit, and then they benefit, and then now you can bring the kingdom in that area,
Okay. All right.
right? So this is how hopefully Misty and Andrea, you guys got this a little bit. Sorry, a little bit of our issues with the coaches. We only had the two rooms. I don't know what happened earlier. So does this help, Johnson? Yeah. Oh, let me unmute you.
Oops.
Yeah. Oh, we're playing unmute tag. Unmute, right?
Yes. Work
Yeah.
on it this
I, I'm
weekend.
I'm curious, Johnson. In March 2020, were you affected during the pandemic?
Yeah, it didn't work.
There you go. So now, that's why the reason I'm bringing that up is we can be in that scenario right now. So that's why now during this time, Johnson, and everybody in this call, there's two things that can go for you. You're gonna be the foolish one, or you're the wisdom, or you're gonna be the wise. There's no in between. And you will know the foolish will lose jobs, lose their life, lose influence, lose their businesses, lose their churches. And this time, the wise will have more, right? More wealth, more relationships, more businesses, more impact. And that's why this season of preparation, I like what my mentor would say, this is the Esther 4:14 season, a season of preparation. You're creating these prompts, but now put yourself in the situation. What are you going to do when March 2020 happens all over again and they do a lockdown? This is for everybody.
Well, I tell you what I did. I took 11 computer courses and application courses. And you said something early in the week. You said that if it should happen again, you should have to be prepared in order to work from anywhere or to do something from anywhere, you know? So that
And
that
then this
that
and
really
this time,
resonated.
and then this time, those 11 courses you took will be free, and you can collapse that with ChatGPT. You can learn so many knowledge. Ever since I used ChatGPT, Johnson, everyone in this call, I've improved my copywriting, my marketing, my graphic artist, my lawyering, my contract writing, my coding. It's like ChatGPT is a jack of all trades and could be master of one. Like you can get your PhD here. And now when you have that in your hands, Johnson, this is the tool of all tools. Like this is a tool that can what's the word? Complement your giftings and your passions, right? It's not like a just a computer or a basketball or a golf club like for Tiger Woods, Michael Jordan, and Bill Gates. This is a tool that like it's like the Infinity Gauntlet in Marvel, or it's a tool that can enhance all your abilities plus more. And
Right.
that's what Johnson. Now, when I told you this, the solutions that what's about to happen is the world's gonna have all these solutions all over again. Number one, they're not gonna have income. How can you teach them how to income? Let me show you how to learn fast. Like now, this is where what are you passionate of? This is what have you done during that time, right? How do you make funds during a pandemic in an online business only world, right? So I'm gonna end off with that. I'm gonna
Hmm.
chat GPT. I think we said that last time, but might as well put it in. Take on persona of COVID, pandemic, and entrepreneur
Okay.
expert. If another March 2020 scenario happens again, what are the top 12 ways to make multiple streams of income, right? So now you don't have to wait till this happens when we do a lockdown. Now you can like, okay, this is what I need to do. This is big, right?
Product.
Guys, the ebook I created for you guys was took me 1 hour to make. This took me 1 hour to make, and I'm selling this at 47. I mean, it's valuable, in my opinion, it's a valuable, but I'm selling that, and that's the first one I made. And I'm like, why am I not making more? Right? So, but there you go, digital products, digital courses, right? We have a 1K, 3K, 6K, and now in the crypto side, we have a 10K program. Okay. E-commerce, you can look into that one using ChatGPT, subscription services, right? Whether your actual products or services, freelancing, right? They even tell you where to go. Did you guys know you guys can work in Upwork and Fiverr? And not only that, charge more when you put excellence, you don't have to just put $15 an hour, $20 an hour. You can up your rate to 50 to 100 to 150, right? As you grow better and better. This is what I do: remote consulting, online tutoring. This is what I do. You guys can do this for minus, right? A lot of people is not focusing on this. Did you guys know you can sell both the crypto and the AI program, and we give you 30%, right? Or you're like, you don't have to do the work. You just have to help me find the people. Johnson, bring all your hospitality friends here, right? Like, let me help you how to make money online. I'll just do affiliate marketing, sell minus academy, cryptos, and AI. What's hot right now, right? Here's another one. What's hot? Ding, 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 cryptos, right? Easy, easy money right there. I don't suggest this right now. I don't suggest this right now. Believe it or not, did you know you can have an app for $97 a month? That's one. We're looking into that one. This is already proven strategy. And then look at this. So with your idea, Johnson, you can have crowdfunding for your amazing idea. And then you can even say, give me 50 more. And then I'll share that to you guys. There you go. Another 50 strategies. Look at that
Wow.
virtual event plan, right? This is big. It's just like whoever knows how to use Zoom, like what I'm doing now, let's do Zoom birthdays. Hey, let's do Zoom webinars. Hey, let's do Zoom marriages. Get your reverend license and marry people. Handmade goods. Where's Amerindia? Handmade goods. If you're a fitness trainer online, health wellness coaching, guys, tech support. This is ridiculous with ChatGPT. Are you kidding me? This, you don't even need to do the voiceover work. You can get ChatGPT to read this for you. Look, let me share this. Look at this. I can get ChatGPT, I share audio, to read this output, right? Look at this. ChatGPT can read for me. Let me read the top right here. You guys saw this feature, right? Check this out.
In the scenario of facing another crisis similar to March 2020, where the world grapples with a pandemic or a comparable global challenge, leveraging multiple streams of income becomes crucial for financial stability and growth. Drawing on insights from the COVID-19 pandemic and combining them with entrepreneurial expertise, here are the top 12 strategies to diversify income sources.
There you go.
1.
All right, let me stop.
Digital products and
So now you can do ChatGPT to do voiceover for you. Guys, I'm telling you, this is the wealth transfers already here. We're taking crypto wealth transfer. This ChatGPT is producing so many millionaires, I believe so many billionaires, and the first trillionaire will be using both AI and cryptos. Look at this. I mean, this is just ridiculous. All the ideas in here. I'll share this to you guys in the chat. And I'll share this to you guys as well in the QR code. All I have to say is, guys, just pick one. Johnson, Misty, Adria, Dove, Claudia, Amerindia. Just pick one. Clive, Rita. Just pick one that resonates with you, the Holy Spirit's highlighting, and push, push, push. Because I mean, look how much this is. There's so many custom jewelry designs and sales. Guys, it's all it is providing kingdom solutions. You don't even have to make it religious, providing solutions to the problems. Guys, post in the chat. The bigger the solutions, the bigger the problems, the bigger the payout, the bigger the impact. And yeah, that's it, right? Any chefs out there, if you're the good encourager, if you're funny, just provide those solutions. I said I'm gonna put the QR code. There's the QR code, and I think we're done. So, guys, if you've been blessed, for the people that are watching on Facebook and YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to fill out the forms in our Kingdom AI newsletters. Let me, where is it here? Go ahead and sign this up. think we got like 29 signups already. Let's go. So like, here's the URL. I'll put a QR code as well. Here's the QR code, guys. So QR code, sign up to our Kingdom AI newsletters for more details. We'll showcase the community GPTs. We'll give you guys tips, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for new teachings for tomorrow. All right. All right, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.